Good evening, folks. This is Mike Padua once again, and we're back to our analysis on Typhoon Kiko. This is our update this Saturday night, September 11, 2021, and this is brought to you by Typhoon 2000. Let's begin with our update. Here's the latest satellite animation from windy.com. This is beginning at 10 a.m. this morning until 9 o'clock tonight. And as you can see, the storm is beginning to weaken as it moves away from the Batanes Group of Islands. The eye of the system passed in between Batanes and Sept Islands and moved very close across the coastal waters of Itbayat, although the eye wall of the system affected these three islands of Batanes. So widespread damage is likely along these areas as we still await reports from this far-flung province of our country. So it's now moving away, accelerating towards the eastern coastal areas of Taiwan, and is likely to exit the Philippine area of responsibility either tomorrow noon or afternoon. It depends if the forward movement will again slow down. And down here across the Luzon area, particularly the western sections, we will be having some on and off rainfall brought about by the enhanced Southwest Monsoon. But this monsoon wind system is expected to slowly weaken once the system moves farther away into eastern China. So expect some improvement of the weather in the next couple of days. While over the Bicol region and parts of the Visayas, some improvement of the weather will be expected in the coming days as well. And here is Tropical Storm Julina making landfall now over the eastern sections or eastern coastal areas of the Vietnam. And the system will rapidly dissipate once it moves inland across central Vietnam. And if we look at the radar shot of Kiko, it's now moving to the east of Lanyu Island, Lanyu Island of eastern Taiwan. And this system is forecast to be over that area around 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, but since it accelerated, so it's now passing very close to Lanyu Island. So that's good news. It means it will be moving faster away from the Batanes Group of Islands. So the weather here will slowly subside, the worst weather, I mean. And if we review the satellite loop, the system passed here, in between Batan and Sabtang, although both of the islands have experienced this intense eye wall, particularly along this red portion of the circulation. This is the intense part of the eye wall. So Batan Island, particularly Basco, the capital, experienced the worst winds of this system as it passed around 8:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning. So they've experienced this worst weather brought about by this Super Typhoon, and upon passing very close to Itbayat, it began to deteriorate and wobble a little bit to the left and right before it accelerated towards the north, and it's now along the coastal waters of Lanyu Island. So improving weather will be expected across the Batanes Group of Islands, although the southwest monsoon will continue to bring rains over these islands. But tomorrow until Monday, the weather will gradually improve, as well as other parts of western Luzon. Now here's the last track that we issued around 5 p.m. So the storm at 5 p.m. is just to the north of Itbayat, and it is forecast to pass here at 2 a.m. but based on the latest, the 2 a.m. will be over here. So it's now accelerating earlier than forecasted, and likely around tomorrow afternoon or noontime, the earliest, it will be exiting the northern border of the Philippine area of responsibility. So likely tomorrow morning, we will be issuing the final update on this system because of its sudden acceleration. And tomorrow evening, we will be giving you the final advisory or coverage on this powerful typhoon. Let's hope and pray that no more typhoons will visit our country. It's all about the prayers that we need because, as you know, during the past 2 years, we've been hit back to back by this powerful tempest, okay, out there in the Pacific. Now here's the zoom in satellite animation. So there you go. This is the area that the storm passed, and it's now moving away. The damaging winds has left Itbayat and Batanes Sabtang areas, and it's now improving slowly. And by tomorrow, it will be here, moving out of Par in the afternoon or noon time, passing along the coastal waters of Taiwan. Taiwan will be getting some relief, especially from the heavy rains of this typhoon, because it will fill up the dry dams of the island. As you know, last year they have encountered the worst drought the country has ever experienced since decades ago. So here's the Asian tracks of Chanthu or Kiko. So they all agree the system will pass along the coastal waters of Taiwan and into the eastern coastal areas of China. And on day 3 to 5, it will remain quasi-stationary or moving very slowly along the coastal waters of Zhejiang province near Ningbo for the next 3 to 5 days. So it will be a problem here because it will dump another heavy rains across eastern China. And if we look at the global models, it's all the same. In the long-range forecast, beginning 6 up to 10 days, it will move as a subtropical cyclone or extratropical cyclone, bringing some rains as well across Japan. And let's take a look at the oceanic heat content. It's still moving over warmer heat of the North Philippine Sea and Basha Channel, but once the system move into the subtropics, the waters will be slightly cooler. So expect some rapid weakening of this tropical cyclone. Now here's the steering layer environment on where the typhoon is located. It's now here, so it's now moving due north because of the position of the high pressure ridge, which pushes the system towards the subtropics. So the storm is now along the western section of the ridge, and it's now accelerating towards the north. Okay, and here comes the slow moving constant. There is a slow steering pattern here. That's why it's moving very slowly at 7 kph along the coast of Vietnam. And let's take a look now to the forecast of ECMWF from windy.com. This is the forecast for the next 3 days when it comes to rain and pressure. So tomorrow, Sunday, the system will be here over the northern part of Taiwan, the coastal waters of Taiwan, exiting the Philippine area of responsibility. But still, some thunderstorms will be expected across selected portions of the Philippine Islands. It seems quiet because on Monday, it will be over eastern China. Tuesday, there you go. If we look at the tropics, it's all clear, except for easterly surface wind flow and the weakening again of the Habagat or the Southwest Monsoon. And on Thursday, we will be seeing another low pressure area moving into Bicol and southern Luzon area. So the ECMWF classify this as a moderate LPA. So it will bring rains across the Visayas as well as the Bicol region on Friday. Okay, and on Saturday it will be moving across Bicol and southern Tagalog provinces. On Sunday, the system will exit Mindoro all the way towards the West Philippine Sea and on Monday, September 20, it will intensify into an active LPA or maybe become a tropical depression, and it is expected to move towards Hainan Island of Vietnam once again. Now, this is a scenario if there is a impending La Nina, because the latest now, on Monday, we will be giving out the latest La Nina report. It seems that La Nina will be returning this October until February, so watch out for that. So it means there will be more rains again for the Philippine Islands above average these fall months, but let's hope and pray this will be a different La Nina where only a few typhoons will come during the last quarter of the year. Mostly all of them will form to the west of the Philippines, so let's hope for that. But let's pray for the folks down there in Vietnam. It will bring lots of rainfall. Okay, and so that's the forecast until September 20. So watch out for that. We'll be having another LPA, but let's hope it won't intensify prior of crossing the Philippines. It will just bring rainfall across the Bicol region and southern Luzon. Now, this is a new product from the Pag-asa. Kudos to them, because they tied up with Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau. So this is a TC tracking algorithm based on the models from GEFS or GFS, and they created this tropical cyclone threat potential every week. Every Thursday they issue this, or Wednesday, it depends on what day they will run this program. So it's a 2-week program wherein you can see if there's a potential of tropical cyclone formation for the Philippine Islands. So here's the latest for week 1. This is now the current one. Conson and Kiko, Jelena and Kiko. And for next week, September 16 to September 22, there goes the LPA that we've mentioned on our last slide. And we are going to observe this, but it says here there's a likelihood of LPA vortex formation inside the PAR, but low likelihood of becoming a TC. But it will cross southern Luzon area. Therefore, there's no active TC threat. So this is the forecast. Anything can change. It can be upgraded into an active one or tropical depression still. But as of now, it's low likelihood. So this is the legend. So again, kudos to Pag-asa for releasing this. It will be helpful to us for giving you the updates every week. So we're going to use this as well as the global topics, hazards, and benefits outlook of Climate Prediction Center of NOAA. It's also confirmed here because they also use the GFS model. So here, week 2, valid September 15 to 21, same with Pag-asa. It shows a medium chance or 50% chance of possible tropical cyclone formation west of the Philippines. So this confirms because based on the European model, there might be a developing tropical cyclone west of the Philippines between September 19 to 20. So we are going to observe that in the coming days, especially next weekend. So there you go. That's the latest on the departing Typhoon Kiko, which has been downgraded from a Super Typhoon, with peak winds early this morning at 285. Very strong, extremely catastrophic, category 5, but it rapidly weakened upon moving into the Batanes Group of Islands because of it says on the report that there's an ongoing eye-wall replacement cycle once again. It's the cycle of this eye-wall replacement is so fast for a small system, so it began to replace another eye-wall, but there's a lack of outer or new outer eye-wall that will constrict, so it's now struggling to re-intensify. That's why it's weakening. It's now on a weakening trend for the next 3 days. Especially if it's moving over higher latitude, so the sea surface temperature will start to cool down as it goes up. So there you go. That's the latest. We will be returning on tomorrow, Sunday, to give you the final update on Typhoon Kiko. Okay? So from Typhoon 2000, this is Mike Padua reporting. Stay safe always. Be #weatherwiser. And thank you so much for watching our channel.